This is Azula. No, not that one. No one asked for that one. Why was this even made? Why? Anyways, How To Rizz Azula is the most dangerous guide ever created. Period. Possibly in the history of ever. This guide isn't just dangerous, it's straight up deadly and nearly got me killed, and I was right. How To Rizz Azula was the reason for Ba Sing Se's fall. How To Rizz Azula caused the extinction of the air nomads. How To Rizz Azula started the 100-year war, and anyone who attempts this is a foolish simp who juggles fire lilies for a living. So what is the limit for simping? A community that keeps finding new levels of down bad. A place that welcomes all type of desperate behavior from all types of people. We'll go as far as our dignity lets us, which isn't saying much. If you can simp it, you can rizz it. But like a firebender in a blasting jelly factory, have we ever stopped and asked, should we rizz it? Jet failed at rizzing Katara. Ember Islanders failed at rizzing Ty Lee. Chan just failed in general. But simps have been simping for Azula to a whole new level of pathetic. In a post-Sozin's Comet world, there is little now that separates simping from straight-up masochism. Every day we stray further from the Avatar's light. So the question plaguing humanity since the beginning of time is, how far can simps go? Let's be real, we've all been there. You're watching Avatar, The Last Airbender, and suddenly this blue flame-wielding girl boss appears, and you think, yeah, I could fix her. Spoiler alert, you can't, but that won't stop us from trying. For as long as I can remember, Azula simps have been the punching bag of the Avatar fandom and beyond. Fire Nation citizens would make fun of Azula simps. Earth Kingdom would make fun of Azula simps. My technological illiterate uncle would make fun of Azula simps. Even Azula simps would make fun of Azula simps. Simping for Azula was, and still is, the butt of every cheap joke because we'll imagine actually trying to rizz the crazy fire princess, says the Azula simp myself. Problem is that there are so many simps trying to rizz Azula that it became impossible to tell good rizz strategy from bad rizz strategy because they're all bad. There are times I want to remind people that I'm always striving to find the next rizz technique and prove to the world that I'm still a functional member of society. But check this out, I found this new way to rizz that's gonna change everything about how we rizz people. The masterpiece that is rizz bending. So first things first, you do not need to know a single thing about bending to use rizz bending. I repeat, you don't need to know jack shit about bending to use rizz bending. The thing is, most people make these rizz TikTok videos act like, yeah, we already know, you know basic rizzing. You're just here to see the advanced stuff. And if you know rizzing, you're like, oh, that's too basic. And if you don't know rizzing, you're like, who the fuck would try these approaches? Rizz bending from the get-go doesn't seem to care if you know anything about Rizz or the Fire Nation. It goes, you'll succeed at these attempts because we're gonna make you delulu enough to try, not because these are actually good ideas. Oh, and sometimes you also get burned alive. So what makes Rizz bending the perfect strategy for rizzing Azula? Well, it's pretty simple really. Let's start with something simple. Catch her off guard. Surprising Azula is good, and that's scientific. Why is that scientific? Because surprises create chaos. Chaos creates lightning. Fact. Why would anyone want predictability in their approach? That's boring for girls. Do you know what's better? Cactus juice. Cactus juice doesn't have predictability, therefore it is good. I mean, whoever failed at romance while on cactus juice? And that's what your current Rizz is missing. Cactus juice. Just spike her morning tea with some cactus juice. That will help her chill out a bit. Heads up, she might go batshit crazy even more than usual. The strategy goes something like this. On some ordinary afternoon, you walk up to the Fire Nation princess with cactus juice in hand. How did you get it? Where did it come from? All questions are unimportant because you see your target and immediately execute your master plan. Operation the quenchiest Rizz. Now I know what you're thinking. Isn't that just doing what Bill Cosby did to all those women? No! That's not the same thing. That's what normies would do. We are not the same as those peasants. Cactus juice is already well known for its ability to make scenes look more quenchy than life. Roofies do not have that same effect at all. I'm just surprised more people aren't talking about Rizz bending. Now I know such a topic could be disturbing for some people watching this, so I will warn you, if you're not cool with cactus juice, how dare you? So let's try to talk about this in a way we can all get behind, because I'm sure we can all agree that drinking an excessive amount of cactus juice is a horrific thing that absolutely no one deserves to go through. Well, yeah, of course it's bad. So we can all agree that we would never want to drink cactus juice while rizzing. What? No, that's not what I said. Cactus juice is bad, therefore Rizz bending is bad. Therefore this guide is bad. That's not even the main point. Alright, maybe sometimes it's okay to use Rizz bending, but it has to be done right. I mean, just look at Sokka. He rizzed Princess Yue, so he must be doing something right with royalty. The reason Rizz bending became so effective is because it relies on one simple principle. You can't get rejected if they're too confused to process what's happening. You see, Azula's whole thing is being 3 steps ahead of everyone else. So what happens when you do something so stupid that it doesn't fit into any of her calculated scenarios? That's right, you short-circuit her brain for approximately 2.5 seconds. And in those precious 2.5 seconds, you have exactly one chance to either A. Say something incredibly smooth, B. Run away, or C. Get struck by lightning. Most guys conveniently forget to mention that option C happens about 98% of the time. Alright weebs, don't judge me. I know that this guy might seem a little shocking, pun intended, but I don't really know what to say except,
"That's rough, buddy."
and hey, if all else fails, there's always cactus juice.
Drink cactus juice. It'll quench you. Nothing's quenchier. It's the quenchiest.
So if you're not hallucinating from cactus juice right now, smash that subscribe button and comment below on a name of a 2D character that you'll be so down bad to Rizz. Now if you thought rizzing a fire-breathing prodigy was difficult, let's try something truly challenging. There's this one service worker whose life is such a perfect storm of misfortune. Insurance companies won't even look at her paperwork. Ready to learn how to rizz someone who treats almost dying like it's just another Tuesday? Click this video right here and see why sometimes the best rizz is just being the more chaotic thing in someone's life. And as always, thanks for watching, and stay thirsty, you degenerate weebs, because if you can simp it, you can rizz it.